Hey, how y'all doing? Happy Monday. Good afternoon. Hope you are doing well. I am truly love and I am doing great. So, I just want to talk about something this afternoon. First of all, I want to say congratulations to all the children, young children that's graduating, whether it's from kindergarten, eighth grade, going to high school, college graduation children. They are still young children, and high school children. Congratulations to everyone. And I pray that you'll have success in life. Yes, a successful life to all my graduates this year, 2025. And that includes my son as well, my baby. Yes. So, but what I want to talk about is our children. They're educated, you know, um, because first of all, if they're graduating out of college, high school, wherever, they're very educated because they made it to that level. Okay, but I don't care about how smart they are. Educated has nothing to do with those street education. What what my thing is, we have to make sure that they are street educated. You know, they may have all the book smarts, you know what I'm saying, get all the degrees, but are they ready for these streets? And y'all, as parents, y'all know what I'm talking about. Are they street educated? We have to educate our children for these streets because once they get these degrees and ready to go out into this world, are they ready for it? They may have the degrees for it. They ready for it in that order. But it's the streets out here. And it's the people in the streets. Let's put it like that. These people make these streets. And our children need to be ready for them streets and those people. Because these people in these streets can destroy your children's life. Okay? They are after your children. And if you don't teach your children about these streets and how to be tough, all that education don't mean nothing. Because these people will drag you to the gutter if you let them. You hear what I tell you? They will drag you to the gutter. They'll drag you to the gutter, not just your children if you let them. If you ain't strong enough, you gotta be street smart and you gotta be educated smart. You feel me? And we have to teach our children now. My older children, they pretty much got it. They pretty much got it. Now I gotta get it into him. You know what I'm saying? Because once they go out here to this work field, you got mean people that works with you. You're gonna run into a lot of stuff. You gotta learn how to handle people, handle situations out there in the work world. Because it's mean and evil people everywhere. So that's why I say you have to get your children street smart and strong and with the education and then they got the street smart as well, they should be okay. Because people want to try you. They're going to try them. You know what I'm saying? And you want them to be ready for the world. Yeah, ready for the world. Because people will drag you to the gutter if you let them. And you want your children to be successful. You work hard to get your children to graduate. Everybody's not a college, everybody's not for college. We already know that. But if you are, and you got to be ready. And even if you're just a high school graduate, you don't really like school, so you just said, I'm out of high school, that's it for me. That's okay. Maybe you can go get a training certificate, do some training for about 6 to 9 months and get a certificate, a good job, you know what I'm saying, along with your high school. And if you are ready to take them college classes, if that's what you want to do, you think you do it, then give it a try and do it and see what happens. But you're going to need something in this lifetime to make it out here in this world. You're going to need some type of education. You're going to have to learn how to, I don't care if it was a dropout. You're going to have to learn how to read and write and do some math. And a lot of people don't like math. Okay? But you got to learn how to count your money. Okay? You got to have some type of math. Learn how to count your money so you won't get jit out your money. You know what I'm saying? And you got to learn how to read and write. Okay? And there's a lot of people out here that know how to do that and didn't graduate from high school. And that's good because you have to. You got to have something. And you got to have some street smarts. That's all I'm saying. Because you can't make it out this world. Make it out here in this world without having some type of street smart. I don't care if you come from the suburbs, the country. You better have some type of street smarts that's outside of your comfort zone. That means outside of your parents, your siblings, outside of that home. Once you get outside that home, out of your comfort zone, you gotta have some type of street smarts. I don't care what kind of degrees you have, high school diplomas, you gotta have it. If you don't, you're gonna be in trouble. You're gonna be in trouble. So just teach your children that the streets is you see, there's a lot of people out there that graduated and they get caught up in the street. Might get on drugs or something, be hanging around the wrong people. Just take that one person that can drag you down, that can have you out here on crack or somewhere else, or snorting that white stuff. But you got a college degree, or you have a high school diploma, and you done went through all that, and it just takes one person to bring you down to the gutter. So I'm just saying, people, teach your children, because they still babies. 17, 18 years old, my son is still a baby to me. 18 years old, I would never let him be out there in these streets like that. He's still a baby. He still got a lot to learn. You may be 18 by law, they say. I don't even think you're not grown to me at 18. But I'm still taking care of you in my house. I'm still buying your clothes. You ain't got no job. You know what I'm saying? And some people are like that. Some kids, 18, got jobs. Some people don't. I'm just saying. But at 18, to me, you're still not really, that's not grown to me. If you can't drink alcohol at 18, which I know some people do, but if you're not considered to drink alcohol at 18 until you're 21, that's when I say, okay, you're about grown in. And I say at 21, you should be about good established. That means you should be halfway out of college. If you are in college, you should be halfway out of college, about 21, 22. Definitely out of high school. Okay. And somewhere if you want to take a trade, you should be done by 21. So that means you're on your way. You're on your way. So that's considered to me you're grown, you're on your way. You should be getting ready to get out there into that world, get that job. If it's not your first job, it'll probably be your real job. Okay? Some people have teenagers working, but that's not the career. They probably just working to make extra money to get out of school, get out of high school. But once you get that career job, that should be around 21, 22 when you really start that career job and getting out there into the world. And at that time, you should have some type of street smarts, your family. And even if you a country person, a country bumpkin that ain't in the streets, or suburban ain't in the streets, that's why you have to have your parents to guide you, talk to you, let you know what's out there. You may not know what's out there. The parents got to let you know what's out there, But yeah, I just had to come on here because I know, like I said, it's graduation time. These kids is getting up and getting out, But we just want them to be ready, parents, right? We want them to be ready for this crazy world that's out here. That's why I say I'm glad that this is the last one, and it's up out them stages, because baby, these kids is coming up now. It's gonna be something. We really gonna have to stay in prayer over our children, and which I do all the time. Even all my children, I pray for every day. They in my prayers. because that's what these children are going to need. They ain't going to need praises. No praises. Yeah, I love my children. I ain't praising them and put them on a pedestal. They're my children. I love them. But I'm not doing all that. I don't have to do all that. Only thing I need to do is pray for them and pray that they would be successful and make it in this world. That's what we need to do as parents. Pray for these children and be praising them. You know what I'm saying? Pray for them. And hopefully they'll be good with your prayers. Hopefully they will be good with your prayers as a parent praying for your children. So, like I said, once again, congratulations to all the 2025 graduates for this year, whether it is high school or college graduates. Congratulations, my young adults. So, yeah. So I'm gonna let y'all go. I just want to come out here and say this, and yeah. And all the proms, I see a lot of proms. I'm a little upset because my baby, he can't go on his prom because of the high school online program he's in, which was connected with his high school, original high school. They don't do proms. So he understands because he wanted to stay home. So that was he knew about it from the door. Well, you're not going to have a prom. He was like, okay. He still wanted, so we okay with that. It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? You'll have a prom when you get married. We're gonna do it up. But yeah. So we don't have a prom to do. But they do have a graduation. You can go or you don't. If you don't want to go, you don't have to go. They will still, you know, send your diploma and through the mail. But that's your decision. And it's like worldwide, so they have the graduations in different, every year is somewhere different. So we're thinking about that compared to where it's at this time. But we're basically thinking about it. But he's happy, and I'm glad he was in this program because my son was doing good before he was even in this program, online high school. When before he was in that, he was going to regular school. He was doing good, but he's doing even better. He is doing even better now because it's like one subject at a time. When you finish one subject, you go to the next subject. One subject, next subject. So it's not like he's taking 5, 6, 7 courses at one time and you got a test, study for this test, study for that test, you got an exam for this one, you got, all that. And he was doing it, but I felt he's doing better now that it's one subject at a time. When you finish that subject, the next subject roll. Everything's online. He don't even really ask me for any help. I ain't been to school in years, but I try to help you. But he don't ask for nothing. They got access to teachers. But he's doing so good. I talked to the lady today, and I was asking some questions, and she said his GPA is 3, I want to say, did she say 3.57 right now? And he's not even finished yet. He's still got he's on a course right now that he's finishing up. And he got one more after that. And then I think he got 2 electives that they give. You gotta have 21 credits. So he's on a class right now that he's finishing up. Then he got one more and the 2 electives that add up to 21 credits. So that's one thing. Graduation is in June. So if he's not finished his classes, I wouldn't even want to go to the graduation. I want to go to the graduation when you finish everything. So I'm not rushing him. I let him take his time, and we're gonna get that diploma. That's the important thing to me, okay? Because I talked to the lady on the phone. We go to the graduation. He's not even getting the diploma. What are we going for? I say, so we're not getting a diploma? It's like, no, diplomas is automatically going to be mailed to you. So if you show up at the graduation or you don't show up at the graduation, you still ain't getting no diploma. I said, oh, that's the waste of money for me, baby. You know where I gotta come from to get to where y'all at? And then he not even gonna get no diploma at that time? Oh, hell no. So we talked about it, so we may not be going. Just when he's finished, y'all want to send it to me, that's good enough for me. You know, uh, they let us know where to get their cap and gowns from. So he has cap and gown, tassel, all that stuff. But I basically got that to take his pictures in. Okay, so he has that already, and he done took his pictures. Okay, so that's what I'm waiting to come back. But you know, stuff like that we gotta buy. We gotta buy the cover for the diploma. You know, shoot, I get that from Amazon. They even let you know where they have them. I get that from Amazon. So all that stuff I'm already has. So just send me my baby diploma, and they sends it once you actually finish everything, every subject. So this is May. He might be finished by June, the end of June or something like that. So it's whatever. But he will, 3 classes, he will be finished in 2025. And by that time, the GPA may be up high. But we're reaching for 4.0, right? That's what we want. And that would be so much good and helpful, you know, with his college classes, because we talk about college. Um, his college classes and stuff. So that's still in the works of what he want to do. But that's something we talked about. Um, but I'm very happy, and he's happy that it's almost over this high school stuff. And yeah, it is what it is. But I'm kind of happy that we did go with this high school program online. Like I said, it's associated with his high school, his original high school. But after this COVID stuff, he had got comfortable with the homeschool that we were doing for 2 years, I think it was 2 or 3 years, um, and he didn't want to go back, and I really didn't want to go back for real, because I wasn't too happy with him going back with that COVID stuff, because I felt that it was still a lot going on, and it was, and I'm like, if you get sick, I'm get sick, and I ain't trying to get sick. So we came to a understanding, and that's where it was at. And I'm glad he was in this program, because it works wonders, wonders. Now, I don't know about the homeschooling where you have to teach. You know, like you teach it. I ain't got time for all that. That I ain't got time for. Mm-mm. No, I can't. I can't. I can't do it, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't got no degree to teach nobody. Shit, I'm not no college graduate. Shit. So, no. Let that stay, let the programs or whatever, you know, let them deal with the programs. Like, I'm all for the homeschooling, but I like the homeschooling where you get into a program. You know what I'm saying? I like that type of, not where you have to teach them and all that and everything. Nah, I don't like them. It's a lot with those, you know. He's doing very well. Very well. So anyway, y'all, y'all be blessed. And like I said, congratulations to your children on their achievements. And I pray that they be successful as well as my own. And this is Trudy Love, and I am signing out. Have a wonderful day. Peace and love.